Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Kristen. This coat was a bad choice. It's been warm here the last couple of days, which was freakish. And today it's 42. So I've got this light-ass jacket on that is not doing anything for me other than reminding me that I plan poorly. So let's talk about where I have been. For those of you that have noticed, I'm not even gonna lie and be like, I've been too busy to record. I just have had no motivation to record. I have been busy, don't get me wrong. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I work full time. I have the podcast, and I spend a lot of time dilly-dallying on the internet. Let's not get it twisted. I don't really have any more valid reasons. I just haven't recorded a video. So, last couple days I've been going back and forth between 163 and 165. This morning I was 164. And I wanted to talk about that because I think it's so funny. I don't think it's funny that I'm being blinded by the sun right now. Okay. God, the lighting and the audio quality and just the jumping around of the camera, like, talk about a movie-making legend. And let me know if you guys experience this too. So, I'm an everyday wearer. And before you say, you're not supposed to wear yourself every day. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know that. Thank you, Susan. I know that. I do weigh myself every day, however, because I feel like it keeps me accountable, because I have been known in the past to, like, just not weigh myself and then just go on some crazy-ass binge, which I'm not going to say I can still do that. I can still do it to some extent, but not like I used to, obviously. But I can still, like, not weigh myself and you know, go off the rails a bit. And then by the time I come back to the scale, it's like damage has been done. But I do weigh myself every single day, and I just feel like it keeps me from doing that. And so week to week, my weight doesn't change all that much. And, you know, truthfully, if we're being honest, my weight didn't change all that much week to week in the past either, because I have lost this weight very slowly, which is a whole other video. But I can talk about that for sure, because it's something that I feel like I searched for videos on people that, like, lost weight slowly, because I felt like I was failing at VSG, and I'll make a couple more videos about that, because it's just important for people that are out there and they're not losing the same numbers that other people are, to know that, like, the weight will come off. You just have to be patient. So if you guys listen to the podcast, now you see why we ramble so much, because I can't keep a thought on a straight track. It goes in 36 different directions. So here's my point of my video today is I wanted to talk about how the fluctuations on the scale can mess with your mind, because let's just use 3 weeks ago, for example. I think I was bouncing back and forth between 166 and 168. So at that point, I would have killed to see 164 on the scale. And then the following week, I'm bouncing between 164 and 165, and I get down to 164, and then I'm like, back up to 165, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was 164 yesterday. Even though, like, the previous week, 164 would have had me, like, tap dancing through the entire day, right? So it's like, once you see your low weight, you're like, oh my god, yes, it's a low weight. Like, it's a new low. Finally, I'm starting to see these new lows. And then you fluctuate back up a pound or two, and you're ready to, like, flip tables. And like I said, 3 weeks ago, I'd have been like, 164, all right. And I would have, like, cartwheeled my way into work that day. But today, because I had seen 163.2, I get up and I'm 164, and, like, I want to punch somebody in the neck, because I feel like I'm the biggest failure on the planet, and I'm super angry. And it's like, okay, this might be why people say don't weigh every day. have to do it. Like, to keep myself in the right frame of mind, I have to do it. But just know that your weight is going to fluctuate up and down, and I am about 7 or 8 pounds away from my lowest adult weight. And I know that once I get there, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to push even harder because I want to get even lower. Let's cross our fingers and hope that's what Kristen does. Or I'm going to do what I tend to do, which is be like, you know what, girl? You should treat yourself. And then I wake up 3 days later and I've gained 7 pounds. That's a hypothetical, but it has really happened on several occasions. So hopefully I don't do that, but being that I have such a self-sabotagey nature, that is an entirely possible, rational, reasonable possibility. Not rational, but it's a reasonable possibility given my past that I would say, new low weight, yes, you're down to your lowest adult weight ever, now let's get back up. And it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But I know I'm not alone in this. I know there's other people out there that go through this with this nonsense. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it happens pretty frequently. So alas, today I am 164. And you know what, guys? Here's the thing. I was going to do my makeup and do this 1 year after VSG surgery video. But to be honest, I feel like it was very anticlimactic, and I can insert a clip here of the video that I actually recorded on my 1 year surgiversary. Prepare to be underwhelmed. It was my surgiversary on the 5th of March, my 1 year surgiversary, and I feel like it was really anticlimactic. I didn't really do a big post or anything, and I will maybe this weekend make a 1 year later, where am I at sort of video, but I'm so exhausted. This week has just kicked my ass. Impressive, right? That's just where I've been at. I don't want to make this channel about doing what everybody else does, because I'm not like everyone else. I'm different, and I think that everything should be funny, because if you cannot laugh at shit, you're gonna go crazy. And I think that that's just what I do. That's just my MO. I want to make people laugh at the shit that you just have no choice but to laugh at so you don't lose your mind. And one of those things is the battle with the scale. And it's what we try to do on the podcast every week, is make people laugh at stuff that at the time probably wasn't funny, but looking back you're like, oh man, I gotta laugh at that. I really have to do that. I have to laugh or I'm gonna lose it. And for those of you out there that are new to this channel, I'm not gonna be your super stats champion cookie cutter weight loss check-in channel. I'm just not, and I'm not going to be apologetic about that either. I am going to be who I am. This is who I am. I have ADHD. I ramble like crazy. Occasionally I drop insanely insightful pearls of wisdom. Mostly I just talk shit. And that's just what it is. So, hey, how's it going? Thanks you guys. That's all I wanted to say, is that I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I am still living the dream, if the dream involves being broke and not losing a lot of weight.